I personally love, I love seeing everybody. I love the singing. I love the warm-ups, and
Mm.
it lifts your spirits totally. You know, some weeks I might think, oh, can I be bothered? You know, if I'm in the middle of digging the back garden or planting, can I be bothered today? But then when I do, I always, invariably, always feel better afterwards. It
Yeah.
lifts me, it puts a spring in my step after I've had the Zoom with the choir.
Fantastic.
Lovely to see everybody.
It's great. And Mo's currently in a caravan on holiday. So,
One.
Mo, the connection for her, she's still managing to get on this Zoom call, and she will be hearing everything we're doing, and be able to interact. But just that the video might be a bit delayed just because of the internet connection. But she's still accessing the Zoom.
I mean, I suppose like physical choir, if you like, when we're able to meet at the Floral Pavilion, that's now one of the highlights of my week, if not the highlight of the week, usually, to be honest, because we don't lead that exciting lives. But I mean, and now the Zoom choir is once again one of the highlights of the week, really. It's really fun. The first couple of sessions, I suppose, were quite interesting with people and the technology, and I mean, I found it reasonably easy. I mean, I'm not a great sort of technology person, but I'm one of these people that I'll always give it a go and sort of, you know, let's see what happens if we press this button, and usually most of the technology is fairly idiot-proof, fortunately, and I managed to get by.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So
and did you follow the YouTube link that we sent, or any of the resources that we sent out, or did you sort of fathom it on your own?
I did watch the one of the YouTube links, yes, and that was useful. But of course, when you're actually doing it there by yourself, and you immediately forget everything that you've just watched, or I do anyway. But I did find it's fairly sort of straightforward in just following what the things that appear on the screen.
And you're on using what device?
I'm on a Windows laptop.
Windows laptop.
And I found it easier to download the app for Zoom rather than do it in your browser, I suppose. So when I follow your link from your email, saying join the session, I just click on that. The Zoom sort of opens in the browser, but then I get a little pop-up saying, do you want to open your Zoom app? And I click yes, and that opens up, and then click. Next one is join the group with video, and you click that. And it's fairly intuitive, really, I found. Anyway,
great. I'm really glad.
And so far, fairly idiot-proof, really.
You started the Zoom process at home on your own.
Totally on your own, yeah.
Totally on your own. And what device did you use?
Well, I'm on an iPad. One of the things I am going to attempt to do is to buy the next grade up. With mine is one of the original ones, so it's really quite an old one. It doesn't have the same strengths and things. But no, I managed to learn to download the app. I believe I got forwarded a link, but I still had to download the app myself. I followed the instructions. I cursed and my hair out, and I'm absolutely pants at technology. I just really not very good with it. But I was super excited when I finally actually connected everybody. It was such a wonderful feeling to see all these faces that I knew. So that was really quite exciting. So
Yeah, you did brilliant. Because
I was quite proud of myself. I mean, during lockdown, I experienced a birthday, a big one, and which I made the best of it. And I had a few friends over. We had a socially distanced glass of something in the garden, which was really nice. With reference to joining Zoom, in the back of my mind, it's like anything. You have to try, and well, you don't have to do anything in the, but I felt I would get left behind if I didn't make this effort. And I'm very pleased I did.
Oh,
and,
we're very pleased you did.
It held me in good stead.
And what's it like, Joan, for you singing in the house? You sing, you actually come, Alf's out doing something, isn't he? Or he's in another room doing something today. But Joan and Alf come together, Joan, don't you, on Zoom? Yes. What do you find, how does it feel like singing together on Zoom?
It's brought home to me that I'm better singing in a crowd than by myself. I think neither of us have got particularly strong or melodious voices, but we do enjoy singing, and it does help. In fact, one day I recorded us on my phone, and I played it back, and I thought, oh my goodness, I'm never going again. It sounds so dreadful. But I think it depends on how croaky you are that day or whatever. But yes, it's good fun. We enjoy it.
Yeah, good. Because it is a different experience, Zoom, isn't it?
Absolutely.
But the good thing, what can you think of a good thing, a pro for the Zoom experience as opposed to the blending in a choir experience?
Well, it kept us in touch with our family who live down south.
I meant in terms of the Zoom choirs rather than,
Right.
I'm glad you're using it for other things, but it more just the Zoom choir that we run.
Well, without it, we wouldn't have been able to, just plain simply, we wouldn't have been able to do it. If it wasn't there, we'd have just lost all contact with everybody.
Yeah. Mo, what do you're saying something there, aren't you?
I've particularly enjoyed the breakout rooms, because I feel that I've got to know a lot of choir members much more than I did in real life, because people tend to go off into little groups in the choir when we're in real life, as it were. But I think with Zoom, being in little groups of different people, I've got to know everybody so much better. So it's been a real positive for me in that respect.
Brilliant.
So I've really liked that aspect of it.
That's the breakout room is a function in the Zoom choir that we have halfway through the session, where everyone's put into separate private rooms, say 4 or 5 people like this could be a breakout room, and we have a break and a chat. That's right, isn't it, Mo? And that's what that is, and everyone has a room to go to and have a chat, and it's different every week, isn't it? Yes. Do you find that, Maggie?
Yes, certainly do. Yes, the breakout rooms are really good. In the sense, you're right. It does give you a different insight to other people's lives, although it's a little window. And you can speak freely. I mean, with reference to keeping in touch with the choir, I've kept in touch, whether it's from texting or WhatsApp. And there's another little group I belong to that we meet up for coffee on Zoom. But we would never have done it if we hadn't have had the technology that you'd set this up for us.
Well, that's brilliant. I'm really glad about that. I didn't know.
It's been a plus. It's been a win-win.
Oh, good, Maggie.
Me, anyway.
That's really good.
Yes, it's been a win-win for that.
Oh, good.
But I also agree that singing on my own, I don't think I'm in the right section. The story. And I listen to, and I've also actually learned to record myself on my phone, and I play it back to myself.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, oh my word, that's Yeah, but
so Zoom has opened out other avenues for a lot of you, hasn't it?
It's
Yeah,
encouraged.
that's great.
Definitely.
Yeah, as Mike says, it's only buttons. They can't, although we're fearful, a little bit fearful of it, they're only buttons at the end of the day. And so what can happen? You just get a blank screen. Nothing else can.
It's true, and we'll be setting up a welcome technical session so people can come on that, and we can have all the phones and all the things, and we can, like we did very much in the first session.
Well, I'm speaking to you now,
we help.
And what I did, you sent some things to us.
Yes.
To we may or may not be using. I've actually taken a screenshot of it.
Oh, good, and you can read it.
I've got it on my phone, so I know roughly. But you've got to put your glasses on, of course.
Oh, thank you, Maggie. That's great. It's good to know about all the technical things that people are using. Mike, we've got very briefly. We've got to finish and go and interview somebody else. How is it singing in your? This is your room that you do Zoom in, isn't it? I know that you're there every week in that room. How does it feel to sing along to the tracks and sing with everybody else?
Yeah, this is a spare bedroom upstairs. Good job you can't see the rest of the room. You can just see the bookcase behind me. But I'm at home just with my wife, Hannah. She stays downstairs. I think she probably can't put enough distance between me and her when she knows I'm singing. But it's been good. I mean, I know I'm not the best singer in the world, to say the least, and I do make some very strange noises when I'm warbling away. It's far easier, obviously, singing in the choir, because you can latch onto someone who's a good singer, and you can sort of follow them, which I do.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't take away the enjoyment of it, really, which is
good.
Which is the main thing.
Oh, thank you, Mike. That's brilliant. And of course, you can sing what you like, because nobody can hear you, and you can make all the mistakes you want.
Frequently do, yeah.
Lovely. Oh, you're brilliant. Thank you so much. I will go and do the other interviews. You can have a chat, and feel free to have a cup of tea or something if you've run out of conversation, of course. Okay, I'll see you in a minute. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Hi, Louise.